Vienna Vibes, your ultimate travel guide. Welcome to Vienna, everybody. This grand old city, Austria's capital, is overflowing with imperial history, classical music, and some of the most stunning architecture you'll ever see. We're going to dive into the heart of this vibrant city and experience its unique charm together. Now, Vienna sits gracefully on the banks of the majestic Danube River. It's a place where the grandeur of the Habsburg Empire blends seamlessly with a modern, energetic vibe. And whether you're an art enthusiast, a history buff, or just a dedicated foodie, Vienna has something special just for you. So join me, and let's get off the beaten path, discover those hidden gems, and unlock the true spirit of Vienna together. Schönbrunn Palace, a royal playground. First up, we're stepping back in time to the days of emperors and empresses at Schönbrunn Palace. This UNESCO World Heritage Site was the summer home of the powerful Habsburg dynasty, and let me tell you, they knew how to live. With over 1,400 rooms, you could spend a week here and still not see it all. Wander through the palace's opulent interiors. Imagine the waltzes echoing through the Great Gallery, and be sure to take in the breathtaking view from the Gloriette viewpoint. And don't miss the palace gardens. They're a symphony of manicured lawns, colourful flower beds and whimsical fountains. It's the perfect place to relax, soak up the atmosphere, and pretend you're royalty for an afternoon. Oh, and keep an eye out for the Schönbrunn Zoo. It's the oldest zoo in the world and a real treat for animal lovers. A little travel tip: get an early start to beat the crowds and consider springing for the Grand Tour ticket. Trust me, it's worth it for a peek into the most impressive rooms in the palace. Hofburg Palace, whispers of an empire. Next, we're venturing into the heart of Vienna's imperial past at the Hofburg Palace. This sprawling complex was the winter residence of the Habsburgs, and it's absolutely packed with history. Today, it houses some of Vienna's most fascinating museums. You can peek into the lavish imperial apartments, where Emperor Franz Joseph and his beloved Empress Elizabeth, also known as Sisi, once lived. And speaking of Sisi, make sure to visit the Sisi Museum, dedicated to the life and legend of this iconic empress. And while you're at the Hofburg, don't miss the Austrian National Library. It's a Baroque masterpiece filled with ancient texts and ornate decorations that will take your breath away. And for something truly special, catch a performance by the world-famous Lipizzaner horses at the Spanish riding school. These majestic creatures will dance their way into your heart. St. Stephen's Cathedral, a symphony in stone. Now let's turn our attention to the heart of Vienna, where a masterpiece of Gothic architecture pierces the sky. St. Stephen's Cathedral, or as the locals call it, Stephansdom. This iconic landmark has witnessed centuries of Vienna's history, and its intricate details and soaring towers will leave you in awe. Now, I always say, the best way to experience a city is from above, and St. Stephen's offers an unparalleled panorama. Climb the 343 steps to the South Tower, and trust me, the view is well worth the effort. Back on the ground, delve into the cathedral's depths and explore the eerie catacombs, the final resting place of many Habsburg emperors. And don't forget to look up. The roof of St. Stephen's is a colourful mosaic of glazed tiles, a sight that never fails to impress. For a truly unforgettable experience, try to catch an evening concert inside the cathedral. The acoustics are incredible, and the music will transport you to another world. Our next stop is a true feast for the senses, the magnificent Belvedere Palace. This Baroque beauty is actually two palaces in one, the Upper Belvedere and the Lower Belvedere, and they're both worth a visit. The Belvedere is home to the world's most extensive collection of Gustav Klimt's paintings, including his most famous work, The Kiss. Stepping into a room with one of his shimmering golden canvases is like entering a dream. But the Belvedere is more than just Klimt. Make sure to wander through the marble hall with its stunning ceiling frescoes and lose yourself in the symmetrical beauty of the Baroque gardens. And if medieval art is your thing, the Belvedere also houses the Museum of Medieval Art, a treasure trove of Gothic sculptures and paintings. Chapter 5. Museums Quartier, where art gets modern. Ready for a dose of modern and contemporary art? Then head over to the Museums Quartier, or MQ as the Viennese call it. This sprawling complex is a hub of creativity, with museums, galleries, cafes, and courtyards where you can soak up the city's artistic energy. Start your MQ adventure at the Leopold Museum, home to a fantastic collection of Austrian modernist art, including works by the expressive genius Egon Schiele. Next, step into the world of contemporary and avant-garde art at the MUMOC, Vienna's Museum of Modern Art, and for cutting-edge exhibitions that will challenge and inspire you, check out Kunsthalle Wien. The MQ is a lively place to be, especially in the evenings when the courtyards transform into open-air bars and cultural spaces. Grab a drink, mingle with the locals, and soak up the vibrant atmosphere. Chapter 6. Vienna State Opera, an evening of grandeur. No trip to Vienna is complete without experiencing the magic of the Vienna State Opera. This legendary opera house has hosted some of the world's greatest musicians and singers, and attending a performance here is an unforgettable experience. Even if opera isn't your usual cup of tea, the sheer grandeur of the Vienna State Opera will leave you speechless. The acoustics are phenomenal, the costumes are dazzling, and the performances are top-notch. Now, tickets to the Vienna State Opera can be pricey, but here's a little travel tip. If you're on a budget, you can snag standing room tickets for just a few euros on the day of the performance. Just be prepared to queue up early. Even if you don't see a show, you can take a guided tour of the opera house and get a behind-the-scenes peek at its lavish interiors and fascinating history. Chapter 7. Prater and the Giant Ferris Wheel, Vienna's Playground. We've explored palaces, museums, and opera houses. Now it's time for a little fun at Vienna's Prater amusement park. This sprawling green space is home to a fantastic mix of traditional amusement park rides, quirky attractions, and green spaces where you can relax and enjoy the sunshine. The star of the show is, of course, the iconic giant Ferris wheel, the Wiener Riesenrad. Step into one of its old-fashioned cabins, take a spin on this 19th century marvel, and enjoy breathtaking views of the city skyline. Once you've had your fill of Ferris wheel fun, explore the rest of the Prater. Visit the stars at Madame Tussauds Vienna. Take a ride on the adorable Lilliputbahn miniature steam railway, or satisfy your need for speed on one of the park's many thrilling rides. Outro Vienna until next time. So there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of Vienna, from the grandeur of its imperial past to the vibrancy of its modern art scene. Vienna is a city that truly has it all. Whether you're strolling through its elegant streets, indulging in its culinary delights, or losing yourself in a world-class museum, Vienna promises an unforgettable experience. Now, I know everyone travels differently. Some of you might be planning a family adventure, others a romantic getaway, and some of you intrepid souls might be venturing out solo. Whatever your travel style, Vienna has something to offer everyone. So, are you ready to plan your own Viennese adventure? Let me know in the comments below what kind of traveler you are, and I'll share some personalized recommendations just for you. Until then, happy travels.